Our next New Testament use of this word Synergia is a little bit surprising, and it's in the tiny letter of 3rd John, really short letter in the New Testament. But it's not a passing reference. It seems to be the reason, really, that this letter was written is to make this point. And in 3 John and verse 8, we read, "So we ought to support such people, that we may be fellow workers, Synergi, in the truth." And it is talking about the way this church is sending and supporting missionaries. So it's really a verse about sending churches. And let's just zoom out and read the few verses before. So when we read verse 6, you will do well to send them on their journey as befits God's service, for they have set out for the sake of the name, and have accepted nothing from the Gentiles. So we ought to support people. We may be fellow workers in the truth. And so he's exhorting this sending church to take the responsibility of sending missionaries really well. He's saying, if you do that, you'll be co-workers in the gospel. You'll be participating in what they're doing in the same way that they also are a blessing to you. So there's a mutual benefit between a sending church and a sent one. And verse 6 is lovely because it says, you do well to send them on their journey in a way that's worthy of God. And this send them on their journey, it's a technical New Testament phrase, technical Greek phrase, meaning to send them fully equipped with money and supplies. It's the same word that Paul uses in Romans 15:24 when he said, I'd hoped to come to Rome and then be sent by you, equipped by you to go to Spain. And in verse 8, it says that we ought to do this. And so there's an obligation. It's a duty. It's not just a blessed option. But it's saying really sending churches ought to do this. And if they do, there'll be a synergy with the sent ones. And I think there's lots of mutual benefit, isn't there, between a church sending people well. The people who are sent have support and prayer. They have honor and recognition. They have a place to belong, a place to be celebrated, a place to feed to what God is doing. And the church that sends them, it benefits from an increased faith dimension, an engagement with the bigger picture, a bigger world, an enlarged perspective, a missional outball like in American football, a wide receiver that can go long, and learnings and discoverings that are learnt at the missional edge and fed back. And so I love this idea that our word, collaboration, synergy, shared work also takes place between something that we care a lot about, churches sending people